Yo, what up? This is Ree here, Real Motherfuck, back again with another video. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate all of you, and let's get into this. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me get my videos out there. And check out my website below, paradxastrology. I'm a professional astrologer. I'll help you with anything. So I'm going to be talking about the new moon coming up July 28th, 2022. And depending on where you are, Eastern time in Canada, which is the same in Eastern time in the US, obviously, is going to be happening at 1:55 p.m. And this one's going to be in Cancer. Now, we're doing Vedic astrology, so hopefully you don't get confused and thinking I'm doing tropical. This is Vedic astrology. So what does it mean to have a new moon in Cancer? So we're going to go through that. Hopefully I can make this video not too long, but I have a lot of information as usual. So a new moon in Cancer, obviously new moon is how it sounds. It's something new that's going to be coming into existence that's been on its way for a little bit. So it always brings kind of new events and new things into our lives. The moon being in Cancer, Cancer represents waters and pools of water or canals. So that really got me thinking about how there's a drought happening, because this moon is actually squaring by sign, not by aspect, but by sign, to Mars, and this huge conjunction that we have in Aries with Mars, Uranus in the North Node that will happen on July 21st. So we're coming up to that, or 31st, sorry. So we're coming up to that. So it's almost kind of squaring, creating those kind of droughts. And we've seen that happening. Funny enough, Cancer also does represent Southern California. So we have been seeing a lot of droughts, and if you check out Lake Mead and a lot of the lakes that are out there, they're actually drying up. So we could see a lot more droughts happening. I'll continue with Cancer. So Cancer is also coughs in general, digestion. It could equal crops as well. We're kind of seeing that already. I'll get into that in a little bit. It's also places like where food is stored. So having that square to that Mars, it's almost like could be causing a lot of unexpected problems with the Mars, Uranus, and the North Node. That has to happen though. This is all fated events. Now that's going to be one of the biggest events of 2022, just to let you know. I have another video on that. You can check it out on my page, but that's one of the major events. Now this is going to kick off that event, this new, whatever new happens in here. So also Cancer is where food is stored, but grocery stores as well. It's vegetables, it's places where things are grown. Also, this could be something new evolving in places like New York, Africa, West Africa to be more exact, Amsterdam, Southern California, like I said, Canada in general, Central Canada, to be a little more specific, Mexico. It could also have to do with merchandise as well. We could have some unexpected conflict to do with that. And it also is the tides, the ocean, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. We could see some unexpected things to do with water as well, because it's a water sign. Now we're going to get into the nakshatra that this is happening in. So it's very important, which are the degrees where it's happening in. Okay, so this is happening in the Pursha nakshatra, which means nourishment. Tisha also means the onlookers. It's like everything that nourishes you, that you put in your stomach to nourish the body, right? So it also bestows the ability to witness, look around, get informed, and also because it has the ability to feel. It can get its ego hurt pretty easily. So this is something new within there. It's actually really good energy to have like a new moon in this, because it's comfortable in Cancer. It's good to have this one because it kind of fulfills the surroundings. That's what it does. That's why it's like known as the healthy udder of a cow. It's also the lunar disk rising from the sea on a full moon evening. It's things like that. It's giving that world mother kind of feel, the nourishment of the world mother. So this can help a lot of people that were looking to have something new in their life, depending on what house this is in and how it's aspecting, but it can actually help a lot of people for the nourishment, kind of what they were looking for a while. It can go into things very fast. It can jump into things impulsive sometimes, jumps at things to get committed right away. And that's something you need to avoid. So if you have something new that happens in your life, maybe don't be impulsive on it. Maybe don't look at it like, oh, it's all perfect. Maybe look into it before you jump into it, especially with the other aspects happening. That's actually one good thing. The only thing is this opposes by sign. It's opposing Pluto and Saturn by sign. And we're going to talk about we're going to talk about Pluto and how when it opposes it, Pluto can cause earthquakes. Pluto rules fertilizers as well. And there's been a lot of things happening with farmers and them putting sanctions on farmers, things like that, and telling them to limit their fertilizers. Now, maybe something new will happen, but it can be the nourishment, like I said, because it's in that nakshatra about nourishment, but because there's a square, and I'll talk about that after, it might not be as beneficial to the farmers. Let me keep talking about this. It also equals, like, Pluto can be fatalities as well. How we have this square happening and everything also happening in Aries with that big conjunction, there are some fiery events that will occur in the next few days after this new moon, and this new moon is almost able to kick that off in a way. So we got to be careful of that. It can be like instability, secrets, it rules the organs as well. So things like that, where there might be something new that pops up that has to do with the body, that could have to do with the organs as well. So just to be cautious of that, because there's always duality in everything. I'm not trying to scare people. Yeah, and like I said, it could be secrets. It could be things that we didn't know come to light as well, that we didn't know because it was new, as in the new moon and the Pluto, the secrets being revealed and type thing. Also, it's opposing Saturn, and Saturn is agriculture. Like I was talking about the farming, it's about adjustments, it's about buying and selling, and it's going in retrograde right now in Capricorn. So Capricorn is like the law, it's like the government as well. It's like the people that are in government. And it's kind of weird that we have Pluto in Capricorn, and we also have Saturn going retrograde in Capricorn, and Pluto is also organized crime, and Saturn is kind of like the government. And so it's kind of funny that it's kind of being revealed to us with both those planets, like how the government is an organized crime that we've seen in the last 2 years or so, I thought that was kind of crazy. We also have all that squaring. We have Mercury squaring Mars, and then Mercury squaring the nodes, okay? So with the Mercury square and the Mars, you can kind of think of like that's going to be a fiery event. And then Mercury is how you express yourself as well. It's like communication and things like that. And with Mars and Mercury, it's usually very aggressive communication, and with this square kind of thing. So there could be something new that pops up, and then people are very aggressive towards this new thing. And especially with Mercury squaring the nodes, it's a fated event. This is something that was meant to happen. The nodes are karmic, and this could be people feeling that they're being restricted and they can't go to the past. It's kind of like you're stuck between the past and the present almost, and the past and the future, and you feel stuck in the present, even though that's where all your power is, but you feel stuck and you don't know, like, how can I move forward? I can't go backwards type thing. And it could cause irritation amongst people for those reasons. Mercury also rules travel as well. And there could be, like right now, people are getting very pissed off with the travel that they can't. I know in Canada, we can't even leave the country because it's backlogged. You can't even get a passport, which is crazy and purposely done. But yeah, there's probably going to be a lot more things unexpectedly that can cause travel delays as well. More of that. When it comes to the big conjunction happening in Aries, if you didn't watch my video, I'm just going to kind of let you know what that's happening, because it's squaring Mars, and Mars is in Aries. And then in Aries, like we know, is like accidents, but it's also courage. So it could give a lot of people courage. This conjunction will help a lot of people as well. It's not just negative. Aries is the common people. So it also equals the more negative side, fires. There's been a lot of forest fires. There's been a lot of houses just on fire out of nowhere, things like that. So yes, we will see a lot more of that and unexpected things on fire as well, because it's also heat waves, heat exhaustion. So when you have that new moon there in that nakshatra of nourishment squaring the Mars, is like almost having a conflict with your nourishment, what you need to intake, right? Can cause like heat exhaustion, not having enough water, for example. Cancer is water, right? It could also equal brain diseases as well. And we've been seeing, they declared monkeypox, the World Health Organization declared monkeypox, blah, blah, all that again. But Aries equals smallpox. So what I've been saying is watch out for something maybe new popping up as well. I'm sure Aries equals monkeypox too. It also equals, like I said, gangsters, gangs, things like that, political party fanatics, people who maybe somebody goes a little too crazy around that conjunction when it happens. Maybe in the next, from the 28th to the 2nd, you might see something like that. It's in my last video. That's happening in Cancer opposing Capricorn, right? Just a few things about Capricorn, because Saturn is going retrograde in Capricorn, and that is Capricorn's abandoned places, right? So it's kind of, and Saturn is kind of retrograding, like going backwards into that. So it's kind of like, are you going back to what you've abandoned? Think about that. Because when Saturn goes direct again, you might wish you didn't do that. In a way, like really think about why you abandoned something and why you should actually go back where you're just kind of feeling away. Capricorn also equals air conditioning. So with the heat waves and everything like that, maybe make sure you have enough air conditioning, or air conditioning, you don't suddenly have a problem with it and you can't get a new one because everyone's buying them. It also equals businesses in general and buying and selling, like I said. Also, like government officials, realtors, it also is skin disease as well. So just be careful of that. And then there's also a square with Mercury and Uranus. So Mercury, how I said, is travel, communication, things like that. And Uranus is unexpected events. So there could be an unexpected announcement about something, and it kind of makes people angry. And that kind of goes with the nodes and everything that I said before. So yeah, that's just what I've noticed so far. And thank you so much for listening. I love y'all, and real fun. Easy.